Welcome back to Billiards Geek. We're going to go ahead and do another practice drill that I use to sharpen my skills. I'm playing on a re-stretched felt. Table's a little quicker than I'm used to. So this is a good drill to evaluate your stroke when it comes to long shots. The theory behind this drill is when you play 8-ball and 9-ball, a lot of times your 8-ball or your 9-ball is in the area of the foot spot. And from your vantage point, this is the foot spot. And we often have, as low to mid handicappers, a difficult time setting ourselves up for the perfect shot on the 8-ball or the 9-ball. And how many times have you duffed that last ball on the table to win that game? Well, this drill does a couple of things. While if you're playing on a quarter table, you can get a lot of shots in, or you can just play with a couple of mud balls and have your cue ball that you carry around with you, and you can do this for free until you wait for your next game, or you're sitting on the other table next to you while you're waiting in line for that the next match or whatever. I find that this really builds my confidence when it actually the shot before the 8 or the 9, because I know even if I get a little off shape, I've practiced the shot that I'm coming up to, my final shot on the table, so many times and from so many different angles that I can concentrate on that ball before and get the shape that I desire. But if I don't quite get there, I'm okay. So how this drill is performed, the way I do it, is I start behind the line or the second dot on the head on the upper part of the table. So I start somewhere up here, anywhere you want. I hit the first ball, or I shoot at the first ball. Make or miss, I shoot the second ball, the ball on this spot, from wherever the ball lands. From wherever the cue ball lands, I take the shot. If I'm on the foot rail, I take it. Unless you're in a pocket, you can't shoot from in the pocket. And make or miss, I replace a ball on the foot spot, unless the cue ball comes to rest where your hand or the cue ball is on the spot. But if the cue ball is here, and you can place that ball down, you place it and shoot over the ball. You need to practice shooting over balls. This is a great opportunity. And you can do this drill for 30 minutes. And I guarantee you this, if you spend 30 minutes on this drill versus 30 minutes playing 8-ball or 9-ball, you will learn more, many times more about yourself and your game doing this drill than you ever would running a rack of balls. Because you reproduce the same shot over and over and over again. And that's how you get better in pool. Repetitive, boring activity. I've seen online, and I've tried to watch as many people in the game as I can. And one prevailing notion is that you practice in private, play in public. You don't bang balls around when you're around by yourself, unless you just want to have a good time, you don't feel like practicing. But to grind out a better game, you should never shoot anything but the ghost. But you shouldn't even do that often. The ghost is a game to basically keep score of your progress, not to get better. These type of activities are what make you better. Again, like I said in every other video, I'm not a pro. I practice a lot. Hopefully I make more than I miss. And if I miss more than I make, that means I just need to practice more. So let's see how I do. And I'll talk you through like a few of the shots that I take, like what English I take, and my thought process, like about not scratching, things like that. So one before I start shooting, one more thing. One reason that I really value this drill is because I watch a lot of European 8-ball, and if you haven't watched it, you ought to go online and watch European 8-ball. They call it reds and yellows, and it's on a 7-foot table with snooker pockets, rolled pockets, so you can't run rails really easy, all that stuff. But after 30 minutes, if the score is a tie, like I've won 4 racks and my opponent's won 4 racks, they go to a 5-ball shoot-off off the spot. So this is the shot that they take, and whoever makes the most out of 5 wins that match. And I've seen guys with snooker pockets drill 5 in a row. And I'm like, wow, I wonder if I can drill 5 in a row on a regular table. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But I just see that if that sport values that skill, then I need to work on that skill. And then as I played more and I've noticed how often this shot comes up, I'm like, that's something that I need to do. So this is why I value the drill, and maybe you ought to try it out if you haven't. And if you have, leave in the comments below how you do. If you're new to it, leave in the comments how you did the first time. Did you find that it was a little harder than you thought, or it was easier than you thought? And of course, on a 7-foot table, it's going to be easier. On an 8-foot, this is an 8-foot table, it's going to be a little harder. And I really enjoy playing on 9-foots, but I couldn't fit it in my house. So when I do get to a 9-foot table, I definitely play this drill for a little while I'm there to warm up. So on this shot, a lot of people think, well, if I hit this with middle ball, angle in, angle out when it comes to middle ball, sliding cue ball, it's going to go in the opposite corner. But if you hit a little bit of top, instead of coming off at a 90-degree angle, it'll come off this shot and hit right about here. Okay? Dr. Dave talks about balls coming off with top, bottom spin, speed, and all that. Look him up. I'll probably do some videos about it too later. But if you want to know right now, that would probably be the first thing that I watch videos about that information. Oh, missed it. Horrible. Okay, so like I said, respotted. This is half ball. I'm gonna try to hit it with a little bit of top outside so I can get back around a little easier, not too much. All right, so and this is the kind of shape that you get sometimes in this situation for 8 or 9 ball, or even the 10 ball, if it sticks in the spot. Well, I'm thinking I want to make my final ball. That's why I think about all these shots. So I'm going to take the shot necessary to make this ball no matter where the cue ball goes, as long as it doesn't scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and bank it, because I don't like the cut right now. And if I do any movements or anything with my, I have a system that I use for banking and all this other stuff, and I have a lot of mentors in pool that I watch and emulate. And this is just one of the drills I do for when I bank. So this is a quarter ball bank with middle ball, and middle ball won't have you scratch, so I'm going to go ahead and hit middle ball with a quarter ball bank. I came up short. And if I didn't mention earlier, this is new felt, or re-stretched felt, so I'm trying to get used to my table again to have my rails off. Not an excuse, just that's for me, not for you. So I'm going to use top again, try to tighten up the angle. There we go. I'll replace the ball. And you don't have to say it out loud, but you should congratulate yourself when you do a good shot. Pat yourself on the back internally, because pool is not a very gracious sport when it comes to your opponent. I mean, you might get a good job, but you need to be your own cheerleader. I'm gonna hit with a little top, not too much. Quarter ball. That's why he came out and stretched my table, because you re-leveled it. It was rolling off a little bit. I couldn't hit it that slow. So I'm gonna hit top. This is a back cut, so you have to overcut back cuts a little bit. So it's an edge shot with a little bit of over with a top. So as you see, the goal is not to get shape on the next ball. It is to make your final ball. So I'll hit a few more, and I just wanted to introduce you to the drill. I really enjoy it. On this shot right here, I really don't like playing side pockets, because the effective size of a corner pocket is double the effective, or 1/3 greater than the effective size of a side pocket from an angled shot. But I don't know, I'm feeling like I want to shoot the side pocket, but now that I've talked to myself, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the corner pocket and take a shot that I need to take, even though it's longer. So I'm gonna hit this with quarter ball. I'm gonna hit it slow to get the ball time to stretch out. There we go. So this is a half ball shot, or in my aiming system, edge. And how I would check is a piece of chalk distance away from the ball in a straight line through the ball to the hole I want to go to, and then I rotate that spot over, and wherever my cue ball is pointing at is where the white ball aims, or where you point your stick through the center of the white ball too. So this is an edge shot. But I'm gonna hit a little top, and I know when I hit a little top, it pushes out the angle, and bottom drags, so it tightens the angle. So I'm gonna aim for the top of the corner, so I'm gonna hit it a little fat. Well, actually no, I'm gonna hit it a little thin and let it go to the middle. And if you saw, it went into the bottom part of the pocket, because it top, that's what it does. All right, so now on this angle, I do like cutting it in the corner, because I'm going to effectively the larger pocket than the side pocket. Like if I was right here, I might bank it or I might cut it. So this is an edge shot. I'm gonna hit a little top, and these shots are notorious for coming off one rail and scratching in the other side. So make sure you watch your speed. Since my felt has been stretched, it's a lot faster. Well, not a lot faster. It's about 20% faster, maybe 10%. I don't know. But I have to watch that. So I'm gonna hit this with some caution. I didn't hit much caution on that. That really came off. Wow. But I only hit half a ball, so half of the effective energy of that cue ball was not dissipated through the impact of your target ball. So that's why you have to watch when the more of a cut you have to make, the less energy is transferred to the second ball. So I'm gonna cut this one as well. I'm gonna hit a little bit of top. It should hit like right here and then come underneath here. So I'm probably gonna have the same shot again on this ball, but I'm more worried about hitting this ball. Oh, I came up a little short. That'll work. So now it's a straight shot. I'll hit two more. But I just wanted to show you that it's not, when you do drills, don't try to speed through them. It's not about making the ball. It's about learning and thinking. I can't emphasize that enough. It's not about watching balls go in the hole. If you want to do that, put all the balls on the table, just bang them in the hole. If you want to get better, think. That's what drills are for, to make you think. And they're really designed to make your brain hurt. If your brain's not hurting, make the drill harder. So that's just something that I share with everybody I talk to who cares to ask. I've learned in my years that you don't voluntarily give people advice, because advice not asked for is advice not wanted. But when they come to you and they see you doing this, you know, you have a little bit of knowledge of why and how, and you can share it if they so desire. And if they laugh at you and say that's not doing nothing, well then you let them go and keep doing what they do, and you do what you do. And when y'all play each other, show them how much better you've gotten. That's all you got to do. So, that was a pop. All right, it's my last shot. Let's see if I can be successful on a tight cut. This is a tight cut. And sometimes on these balls, when I'm not just trying to make the 8 ball and I'm shooting drills, or like I'm shooting shots to see what happens, I'll take the back cut and see how I have to hit this ball on the back side not to scratch. Because what if there's a ball right here or something or right here impeding my progress and I can't get that in and I have to take that back cut? Well, if you've never shot that ball, you don't know. So that's all the things that I think about when I'm doing drills. All right, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me for a few minutes and showing you this drill that I really enjoy. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, comment, all the things. And if you have any suggestions for new drills I can make videos on, leave them in the comments. And again, success, failures with it, leave that in the comments. So hopefully to see you soon, and I'll have more videos out for you to watch about other drills shortly. Thank you.